So I assume from that, that means that you work with young people.
Absolutely. The day you hit age 26 is the day you become an old person. So we are a global network of 6 million young people, age 13 to 25, all around the world who want to do something, who want to make change, who want to improve their communities, and that's what we're all about.
So how do you do that? How do you encourage them to make the change?
So we're all about using the tools of digital. It's sort of like using the power of online to power offline action. So we have over 300 campaigns live on our website on homelessness, poverty, global warming, global poverty, mental health, bullying, LGBT rights, like you name it. We have 300 campaigns live on that, and so a young person can just sign on, receive emails from us, texts from us, follow us on social media, and we'll give you a campaign that you can join that will make a measurable impact in your local community.
So give me an example of something that's made a measurable impact.
One of my favorite campaigns, this was based in North America, and we saw that in the US in particular, if you looked at homelessness, a third of all homeless people are under the age of 18. It should be a national shame. A third of all homeless people are children. It's like, what are we doing? We called homeless shelters and we said, like, what do these homeless teens need? And their number one most requested item wasn't a cell phone, wasn't food. It was actually a pair of blue jeans because they go to school, they have after school jobs, they just like want to feel like normal young people. So we ran a campaign called Teens for Jeans, and we asked a clothing retailer to open up their doors for 4 weeks in the month of January so that young people could drop off gently used jeans. Fast forward 4 weeks later, we collected 1 million pairs of jeans, distributed it to local homeless shelters. We clothed half of all homeless kids in the US. So a simple action at scale can make a huge impact.
That's incredible. And so how many people will normally contribute to be part of a campaign?
So we try to create our campaigns so that at least 25,000 young people are participating. That Teens for Jeans had about 150, 200,000, but that's sort of the scale we're looking at. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and occasionally, you know, with a digital movement, it could be millions.
What's a campaign that you've done that's really surprised you? How successful, or how something that happened that you weren't expecting?
Yeah, so everyone always asks us, like, you know, Gen Z is so like hot right now. So they're like, what is the cause that young people are most passionate about? And I actually don't think it necessarily matters the cause. Of course, young people are passionate about some things more than others. But so we were actually running a campaign on Islamophobia. And if you look it up, Islamophobia would never come up as like a top 10 or a top 20 cause in the US that young people care about. It's not that they don't care about it, it's just not top of mind. And so last June, we ran a campaign, we called it Sincerely Us. And we asked young people to create happy Ramadan cards for Muslims in May and June. They sent them to us, and then we checked them to make sure they were okay. And then we actually distributed packages, and our goal was to get a package of 20 cards to every single mosque in America. And I just didn't know. I mean, there's a lot of Islamophobia, hate crimes are up, there's so much rhetoric in the US. But our young people came out, and you know, we sent 50,000 cards to these mosques. And actually, the coolest part about it was that then at Christmas, we received Christmas cards back from some of the mosques who were saying thank you for this sort of religious community. So it was really wonderful, and I honestly didn't know how it was going to go.
So how do you scale up from where you are now?
So when we think of scale, I think we think of, we think of a lot of different things, but one is our global scale. So we have affiliates in Mexico and Brazil, Indonesia, but really our home base is the US. And if we want to be more of a global organization, we're going to need to find local people on the ground in local countries and local regions and do a better job of that. I think the other thing when we think of scale is we think of inclusivity. So making sure, you know, that our membership is, we slightly skew low income. In the US, we skew young people of color, like making sure we're including everyone. So it's not just rich white kids who are participating. So I think that inclusivity piece is really critical to us.
Well, I'm going to say this live on Instagram that I'm inviting you to be part of the Global Goals Cast, because we give our listeners 3 facts that they can take away to tell to their mother-in-law. That shows you the average age of my audience, as well as so 3 facts they can go away and look smart with, and 3 actions that they can take. So I would love to include you guys on the actions list, because it is absolutely something that everybody should get involved with.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, great. Thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture Studio, and I'm Edie Lush.